I wanted to see if it was possible to build a VGC style team using random Pokemon from a website that can generate random Pokemon for me. So here's a random Pokemon generator. Unfortunately, it's going to add in Megas. We don't have Megas in this game, and some Pokemon that I don't even know or even if they're even in the game. I think all these Pokemon actually are, but I'm gonna generate 20 Pokemon. That should give me a nice little buffer, because this, again, probably going to add some Megas and some Pokemon that aren't even in the game. Most likely some Mythicals if it's going to add Mythicals. I have to pick 6 out of this list. And then I'll get to the restricteds, but let's just generate some Pokemon first. Out of 1,426 possible Pokemon forms. Yeah, like, I would absolutely love to be using Mega Rayquaza, but I don't think that's in the game. I forgot to set a setting. Hold on a second. Okay, it does say fully evolved. Why is it showing Pokemon like Pignite and Brionne and Noibat? The Vanillite. Not even in the game. Did it work this time? Is everybody fully evolved? I've got legendary on here. Okay, everything is fully evolved now. I don't actually think I did anything different. I just clicked reset, then made sure this was checked and generated another 20. It's a little bit scuffed because I feel like there's some extra randomness to only using the first set that generated, but at least these ones are fully evolved. So I gotta pick 6 out of these. So I mean, right off the bat, you have Pokemon that you can't use like Minun and Simisage. Unknown is not in the game. There's Aurorus. Or Buzzwole. Everybody else is, though. Actually did a pretty decent job at generating a wide variety of Pokemon that are actually in the game. Funnily enough, it actually generated 2 legendaries, 2 restricted Pokemon that are actually pretty synergistic with each other. Groudon can set up the sun for Reshiram's Flames. There's also a sand mode, sort of, to the team. Like, I feel like if I had Sandstorm somewhere on the team, Garchomp Sandveil, get some defense boost for Probopass or Rampardos, maybe. Or if Aurorus was in the game. Or Cloth, or Minior. There's a lot of rock types here. There's also a Grass, Fire, Water core. There's a Palafin, Reshiram, and Meganium. Not that Meganium's great, but it exists. There's also that thing. I am not going to try to pronounce that because my tongue's going to tie itself into a knot. So I guess first things first is putting them into Showdown. Trying to find out what they're actually capable of doing. I think I want to probably take Garchomp, honestly. Garchomp just seems like it's going to be a really decent Pokemon to have. Just in general, doesn't matter what team it's on, it's probably going to do some decent damage. I'm kind of curious, what is Cloth's stats? Not particularly good. 75 speed. That's actually not as bad as I was thinking it's going to be, but that special defense stat really doesn't help it here. You only got 450 base stat total. You just weren't designed to be good, sadly. What about Minior? Like, it's a neat concept of a Pokemon, but I know it's got that shield down. What do you do it again? When you switch in or at the end of a turn, it changes to core mode. Right, there's some sort of difference between the stats, like the stats swap around when it changes its form, depending on its HP, half or less. It's not a common Pokemon. Like, as it is here, this is very much a glass cannon setup, so I think it's super defensive when it's full HP, then it becomes a glass cannon when it drops. But at the same time, can you live well enough to actually be able to use the glass cannon with all the priority in the game? Rock flying is not particularly a great typing either. Uxie, on the other hand, is not too bad. Like, with no investment, 150 defenses is actually kind of stupidly high. In fact, you have higher defenses than Cresselia after the nerf, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you have higher defenses than Cresselia after the nerf. Yeah, I think the nerf actually, before the nerf, Cresselia had 130 special defense, 120 physical defense, I think is what it was. It lost 10 in each. Yeah. So Uxie is now the super tanky powerhouse, and it also has Levitate, so I don't know why they didn't also nerf Uxie. Is there really too much difference between the two? In fact, Uxie has better speed. I feel like Uxie would be the one that would have to be nerfed. Oh, that HP stat, though. 120 is a lot better than 75. Never mind. I can understand it, I think. And with a moveset like this and stat spread like this, it's actually not too bad of a Pokemon, really. Max HP to make sure that you can live as long as you possibly can with as okay defenses as you really have. Max speed, Timid, to make sure you go as fast as possible. Nasty Plot to set up your special attack because you don't really have much, but after a single Nasty Plot, you're actually pretty well invested. That puts you about 190 special attack. Psychic for stab, Tera Fairy Draining Kiss to resist all the dark types that want to beat the crap out of you. And it's a decent neutral typing into the metagame. Plus you also get stab on Draining Kiss and some, like, I don't know, leftovers or something. It might help if my stupid keyboard wasn't stupid. Leftovers, please, thank you. Nasty Plot Protect, just to make sure you can stay alive. That's not too bad. Plus with Levitate, it actually has some pretty decent synergy with like a Choice Band Earthquake or something. And then Terra Fire to make sure I can't get burned. Resist some fairy type moves that want to beat the crap out of me there. Probably Jolly Nature. Max speed Jolly. 102 is actually pretty decent. Probably just max out on attack, really. And I'll give it extra point to special defense because it's lagging. That's not terrible. That's only 2 Pokemon out of garbage. What does Meganium even have? Defenses, and that's it. Great. Actually, funnily enough, Meganium doesn't seem too terrible, really. I swapped leftovers to it and gave a Sitrus berry instead to Uxie. Leaf Guard actually has pretty good synergy with Groudon. If Sunny Day is active, this Pokemon cannot be statused and Rest will fall for it. I'm not using Rest, but I can't be put to sleep if I terrestrialize. Like, I don't have to worry about, like, Spore or Sleep Powder. Yawn means nothing to me. Terra-type Water, just to make sure I'm not going to get OHKO'd by an Ice or Fire-type move. But Knock Off for a little bit of utility and a bit of coverage. Seed Bomb for my primary stab attack. Protect and Swords Dance. After a Swords Dance, I'm actually hitting pretty hard. And I got 44 speed investment, so I actually outspeed Rillaboom. I don't know if that's actually going to matter or not. Well, I only outspeed Rillaboom if it's no speed investment, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you're base 85, I'm pretty sure that's your default. Yeah, 105, so I outspeed you by 1 speed point. So, like, the dumb named fish actually has some pretty decent abilities, but these stats are not good. HP is okay, but everything else just physically hurts me. I think you have things like Aqua Jet, so you can get some use out of the attack stat, plus like Helping Hand, so you get some priority, so you don't really need to worry as much about speed, but this thing is just purely support. I don't really know if I want it. But at the same time, using a Palafin in the sun feels a bit weird. I mean, I guess I can use it a bit before I actually get sun set up or something. I don't know. Palafin's going to be a little bit more of a sporadic spread, I feel like. The attack stat's pretty decent. I don't need to invest too heavily into it. Mostly into speed, so with the Choice Scarf, I actually do outspeed the Calyrex Shadow Rider. And then a little bit of defense investment just to make sure I can survive some hits, because I'm a little bit frail. Still a bit of a glass cannon, but I can at least hit fast and hit hard. Don't have any priority, though. Decided to switch it out for close combat. I feel like Iron Head is useful for any fairy types that want to terrestrialize in front of a dragon type, since I'm going to be probably using Reshiram. And Ice Punch is just decent into all the dragons that are running around. And obviously Terra type Grass, because it's good against all the electric types and the grass types that want to destroy my Palafin. So originally I was going to just, you know, go off of this list, whatever, pick some random Pokemon. And then I was going to switch to a different type of generator for specifically legendaries, restricted, and then pick 2 Pokemon out of this to swap out after picking 6 regular Pokemon. However, this is actually pretty decent in terms of synergy. Groudon's not super common. I personally like Groudon because I'm a huge Gen 3 buff, but not many people use Groudon because Miraidon exists. Not only does it set up the sun the same way as Groudon, but also gets a boost from the sun, unlike Groudon because Megas don't exist anymore, or Primal Reversion, whatever. But Groudon is still pretty decent. This is the spread that I normally use for Groudon. Part of me is actually considering using a special Groudon, though. I have a lot of physical attackers already on my team. Reshiram would be my only special attacker, and Uxie, if that's the set I decide to go with. I don't have any speed control is the thing. And Uxie would actually be kind of decent, because I'm pretty sure you actually get access to Thunder Wave. You do. No Tailwind on my team, though. Oh, hold on. I was just going to design a choice spec set for Reshiram, but you actually have access to Tailwind. I'm going to rethink this one. Actually, I didn't have to rethink Reshiram all that much. I just put Protect on it instead of Earth Power. Still max special attack, max speed, Timid Nature. 4 HP actually gives it a perfect visible by 16 HP, so that's not too much to complain about. I did change up Groudon though. I gave it Clear Amulet so I could have Swords Dance and Protect. And then Tera type of Poisons because it's a decent neutral, well, decent defensive Tera. I don't really like Fire or Grass as defensive Tera types for Groudon because you're still weak to either any water type move that's coming at you or any Calyrex-Ice going for Glacial Lance at you. So Tera Poison kind of helps mitigate that, and there's not a whole bunch that's super effective into Poison. There's Psychic and there's Ground. There's not a whole bunch of Psychic other than the occasional Psy Spam, which the rest of the team I feel like can cover that pretty well. As for Ground types, I have Meganium and Palafin, so I don't think I need to worry there. And since I do have Tailwind, I don't need to worry about Thunder Wave. I'm going to put Protect back on you. I think the team's actually pretty decent, weirdly enough. For being a bunch of random Pokemon, I'm not actually upset at this. Now the question is, does it actually perform well on the ladder? I should probably change your Tera type. Actually, I think Fairy's probably just decent enough for you. Neutral against the ground and rock types that are super effective, and I'm immune to anything dragon. So I guess I gotta build this team now. Actually, really quick before I get into the battles, I made a couple changes. I made a copy of this and was using Showdown on my phone during my break times at work, things like that. I actually made a few changes. First off, you are now Poison Tera type, and you also have Poison Jab. And Groudon, I actually did settle for just going for Tera Fire because it's decent enough in terms of boosting out Fire Punch in the sun. It's useful. It helps with a lot of like Calyrex-Ice. It helps against anything that's like an Ogerpon or whatever that wants to go for a Grass type move into me. I can help try to resist that as much as I can. Also, I decided to go, instead of high horsepower, to just stick with Precipice Blades. Of course, it pretty much means I'm going to be like completely walled in case anybody goes for like a Wide Guard against me, because I have a bunch of spread moves on this team, but we shall see. I think this is all the changes that I made. I'm comparing it to the one I have on my phone, and it looks about accurate. Okay, now I can actually build it. And so I've got everybody all IV'd up, EV'd up, Terra'd up, moved up. I think this is how I want the team to be. It is absolute RNG hell. I like the team ID. It's basically just a whole bunch of goobers on a team. So it's Goob TM. That is fantastic. It's like the game just knows. I guess I gotta take this onto the ladder and see how well I can do. It's actually a new season now, so good timing. I already claimed all my rewards, but I'm starting out Pokeball tier, so at least it's not going to be too much of a pain in the ass for me. Bit of a concerning name. Don't know what the SSG stands for. There's a Miraidon and a Calyrex. That's concerning. How do I lead, though? Don't like the Incineroar. I don't like Fake Out. I'm assuming that's a Water Urshifu and Volcarona as well. Kind of want to just bring these two, honestly. think I should be fine there. Because I don't really have a way to turn off my sun, so I think that should be fine. Not gonna bring in fish. I feel like cress would be good. Better cress. Not actually cress. Gen 2 spice. I mean, I just can't do any damage, unfortunately. I'm gonna bring Cynthia Spam. The fire types are not very good against, for me, against Meganium there. I can't deal any damage. I just have knockoff and seed bomb. I can't deal any damage. And when there's also a dragon type there as well, I can't deal any damage against that thing either. Like, knockoff is good, but seed bomb is my primary damage and I can't deal any. Whereas Garchomp is fast and also can deal damage. Okay. Hello. Interesting. No fake out. And I do outspeed both of their Pokemon. Don't think I need a Tera or Reshiram. I'm just gonna Heat Wave in the sun because that's damage. And I always like damage. Tera Fire Sword Stance, maybe? Or do I Tera Fire Fire Punch? They could just Rage Powder, to be fair. I think Precipice Blade is probably the best option. Tera Fire just in case they go for Glacial Lance, but I am expecting them to probably Trick Room. If I had to guess. I'm also expecting them to Terastallize as well, most likely into Water or Fire, because that's like every Calyrex. But this is still damage in the sun. Even not very effective, it's still... Okay, they don't Tera and I just take a Calyrex for free? Okay. And a Volcarona? To be fair, I am on the Pokeball tier. And I did just lead with my 2 restricteds, but even still... That's damage. Somebody's a Recluse. That is Incineroar. Here's the Intimidate and Fake Out. Huh. I think I just double up into the Miraidon. No matter who they fake out, I'm gonna... Okay, they just forfeit. I mean, technically, it's a win. Another Miraidon Calyrex team. Double fake out here. Potentially triple fake out. Oh boy. Hello, Grimmsnarl. I see you. And anti-priority. I don't really have too much of that here, so... I don't see anything wrong with the same lead I just went with, actually. Against Iron Hands... I mean, I do have Groudon, obviously, but, like, it could Tera. It's probably a Assault Vest, though. But Uxie is actually pretty decent against Grimmsnarl as well. Actually, it's not a terrible game for Meganium here. You're Fire Tera, right? Oh, you're Water Tera. Okay, well, Miraidon kind of puts a bit of a damper on that, but... It's kind of tempting. I think I'll just bring Garchomp again. Guaranteed damage is nice. I think I'll go for that. don't get me wrong, I don't mind Meganium. I don't think it's a terrible Pokemon. It's definitely not the greatest out there. I'm just having difficulties finding a good spot to really bring it. Okay. I am thinking, and that can be a dangerous thing, Tera Fairy Tailwind, as tempting as a Draco Meteor is, I think they're probably gonna just Volt Switch. It's just the vibe I'm getting for some reason. Kinda wanna just Sword Stance. They're not gonna Tera. Interesting. Like, I should be faster than the Miraidon next turn. Reflect? Well, I'm trying to boost myself, so by all means, you're probably gonna need it. Draco Meteor doesn't affect me, fantastic, and a free Sword Stance for me. And a free speed boost. So assuming I can connect with my damn move, perfectly both my moves, I should be good. Helps cover a bit for a Tera, going for the Heat Wave. They are going to just straight up withdraw. Okay, that's fine. Into Incineroar, I do have a Clear Amulet, so I don't need to worry. There is a Fake Out turn next turn, though. And Light Screen, makes sense. Incineroar is not going to really appreciate this double up, though. Especially from the Precipice Blades. Can't see anything. Groudon is so large. I'll take that. Also, for Heat Wave to do that much damage against Incineroar was actually still pretty crazy. Welcome back, Miraidon. Oh god. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Because now there's always Trick Room pressure, and I don't like Trick Room pressure. So as much as I just want to double up Miraidon, because it feels like it would be necessary, I'm going to double up the Calyrex. Okay. Oh, alright. Well, that's fine. Tera Fairy. Don't worry, I didn't double up into you. I really wanted to, but I didn't. Who am I missing? Of course, the one I wanted to hit. At least Heat Wave is no longer resisted. That's some good damage, though. It's a lot of damage on my Pokemon. And there is Trick Room. Okay. Of course, Heat Wave has to miss. Figures. Oh, Leftovers. Okay. Interesting. Last turn of Tailwind. Not that that really helps me too much. Actually, it kind of does, because I can protect. And protect. Stall out my own Tailwind, so I should now be faster than the Miraidon in Trick Room. At least. Not that that's gonna help me because of this Glacial Lance. Ugh. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to win here, actually. Like, Uxie has decent defenses, but I'm not defense invested, so I still think that I could probably be taken out by a Glacial Lance, especially since it's going to be +2 after it knocks out these two. Oof. Actual oof. don't think there's anything I can really do here. Like, it's not really a safe switch in either, sadly. And the longer I just sit here, the more health Calyrex gets back, unfortunately. I think I just lose, to be honest. Trying to think of how I could have played this differently. I think instead of going for a double protect, I should have tried to hold that turn if I could, but I just wouldn't have survived regardless, so that doesn't really matter too much. Trying to stall out Trick Room. Honestly, it's just that Heat Wave missing. That killed me. That straight up just killed me. Because like I identified exactly where the problem was Trick Room threat from Calyrex. I tried to do it, but when I say RNG hell, I mean RNG hell. Garchomp, the former alpha. It is in fact imported from my Legends Arceus save. How many turns are left to Trick Room? Should be 2. Yeah, I don't win here. It would have to come down to a double protect from both of these, which I don't get. There's no way. Like, I'll play to my outs, but my outs are very, very, very thin. Oh, how I wish I had a wide guard. I don't think any of the Pokemon that I got out of that RNG thing were actually able to learn Wide Guard either. Makes it very difficult to play in restricted formats, I'm just saying. Oh my god, I can hear how sick I still am. I'm so sorry about the lack of uploads, by the way. I have been hella sick. I even had to leave early from work and was tempted to call in even. I have a couple days off, so hopefully I can get better, but I can hear myself wheezing every time I inhale. It sounds detrimental. Going for the double-double. There ain't no way I'm getting this. Yeah, okay. GG to my opponent then. Uxie actually survived. Interesting. I mean, I don't survive the double up, obviously, but surviving a +2 Glacial Lance is kind of impressive. Go Uxie. With absolutely no investment, I'm pretty sure. I think I have like maybe 4 HP or something. It's all speed and special attack. Good game. Calyrex Shadow this time. Oh god, I see the Smirgle. Great. And Tailwind Friend Torn, hello, I see you too. Raging Bolt, Zamazenta, and Rillaboom. I think I might be fine here. I don't do very well against Calyrex Shadow. What do you have for moves again? It's not great. Iron Head is useful if it wants to steal Tera for some reason. Or Fairy Tera. Do I bring you, though? No, because you have Raging Bolt. And I have to, like, save Tera specifically for you, and I feel like it could be put to better use anywhere else. Don't know if Uxie's actually good here. Really, none of my Pokemon are that great here. You know, I think I'll just stick with this lead. With the 4 that I've been bringing. Turns out I don't get much choice when the choices were predetermined for me. And said choices are quite limited on what they can do. Oh, hello. I can smell the decorate. Probably a fake out somewhere. Follow me somewhere. That's why I hate Smeargle. You don't know what it's gonna do. Like, there's maybe 6 or 7 moves that every Smeargle happens to have somewhere. Oh boy. I don't think any of my Pokemon actually survive the Astral Barrage double up. I think I just straight up lose here, regardless. I'll see what happens. Fake out, cool. Astral Barrage, I die. I don't die. And that's even Life Orb, really? Can my move connect? I get the burn. Not that that means too much, but that's cool. And double connect press. Why is this working? What? I crit the Calyrex. What is happening? I thought I just lost turn 1, so now I'm confused. Sending out Zamazenta, cool. Also outspeeds me, fantastic. Boom. If I knew I was gonna knock out a Calyrex, well, I guess I had to double up to knock it out, but I feel like I almost wanted to go for Tailwind last turn to be able to outspeed the Zamazenta now. Well, now I have kind of options. Sort of, not really. I think I want to swap Groudon out. And attempt Tailwind. I don't know which one they see as more likely being the threat. That's fine. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. But I do get a free switch. And I haven't Tera'd yet. Earthquake's a bit off limits here, but I do have Poison Jab for this Rillaboom. I think I'll go for a Nasty Plot. Terra Poison, Poison Jab, Rillaboom. Keeps me safe from the body press. That's probably about to hit me in the face. And I don't think Heavy Slam does that much damage against Uxie. I mean, I'm a Pixie, so I'm probably very, very light, but I'm also a bit tanky. You're protecting, so it doesn't matter. By all means, go ahead. I have one goal, and one goal only, destroy the monkey. Goodbye, you survived, what? Should I be concerned? I'm a bit concerned. That was quite a bit of damage. Psychic is neutral against this thing. Do I protect? Do I not protect? I'm faster than Rillaboom, so I might as well just take it out. Okay, they just forfeit, that's fine. I feel like I was gonna win eventually, but I feel like I was gonna struggle to get there, so I'm kinda glad that they just forfeit. Another Calyrex and Zamazenta. And Regieleki, so I'm gonna be outsped. Great. I'm gonna fire over upon. gonna be giving it sun. That's not gonna be good. Shenpao's a little bit obnoxious as well. I think I should actually still be fine with the same lead. I'm heavily relying on that lead, but it is quite a good lead. They just have decent synergy with each other. Also, there's an Amoonguss, but I'm not that concerned about Amoonguss. I have a better crest. I am just fine. Why do I kind of want to bring Meganium? Ogerpon is really the only thing that is stopping me from wanting to bring it. Because I get the feeling that Amoonguss might want a Tera. Honestly, just because of the Ogerpon, I gotta go with Cynthia spam again. If it Teras, I got Earthquake. If it doesn't, I have Poison Jab. If it does Tera, the attack boost is going to be a bit annoying as well. Delivered presence. I have been there several times. Thanks for the free advertisement, I guess. Cool classes. Zama and Eliki. They both outspeed me. Part of me wants to just set up a Tailwind and Precipice Blades here. Don't think I need to burn Tera here. I'm certainly not a rush around when I'm facing a heavy slam. Yeah, let's just go for it. Hope that I can at least get at the very least get the Tailwind. That's almost crucial for this team. It's so slow. They are gonna Tera. Of course, probably grass. Fairy. Okay. Do you have Tera Blast? Am I gonna cry? Why am I faster than you? Alright. Still knocks out the Eliki, that's fine. Super frail. And just body press, okay. Still a lot of damage though. There's Calyrex. Which one's the most likely to go for Protect? Because I kind of want to double up really quick. Do I need to save Tera? Probably not. I'm gonna just save it for now. I think Fire Punch in the Sun and Heat Wave. Why is it always missing? Please give me the burn. Or not. Calyrex is still faster than me? Oh boy. I do survive. Learned that earlier. And Fire Punch. That's no damage. Okay. Why is it that anytime Heat Wave misses, I lose? I mean, I haven't lost yet, but I basically just lost. I don't think Poison Jab knocks out Zama, unfortunately. I kind of want to protect here. Oh, no, that feels stupid. We're in a nasty plot here. Poison jab, hope it knocks it out. I think both my Pokemon should be faster than Calyrex here. That did no damage. This Zamba is brutal. I should survive with... Well, probably not Garchomp. Yeah. Should resist... Well, you're probably going for Heavy Slam, aren't you? No, it is just Body Press. Okay. Oh, that still just knocks me out? Okay, damn. Of course, it's a crit. I mean, I didn't win anyway, because I could only attack one of their Pokemon, but... I was going to go for Calyrex at the very least. I lost the pain. No. How will I ever save the Leaf Village now? Wait, Rock franchise. Oh boy, what an interesting team. I see the Drift Bloom, probably with Unburden, most likely Psychic Seed if I had to guess. Calyrex Terapagos. Mousehold is going to be absolutely a pain in the ass. Also, there's a Tinglu. Kind of want to bring these two as a lead. Meganium actually does pretty well here. Do I want to bring Uxie first? Probably don't want to lead Groudon if I had to guess. I think I'll actually lead these two and bring these two in the back. Yeah. Actually... yeah, I'm okay with that. I feel like I can actually get use out of Palafin for once. Like, it's not a great Pokemon, but it does hit hard. Who are you gonna lead with? Of course. The balloon with the speed. And the seed. The seed to give speed. I'm running out of things to say. I'm just waiting for the animations to hurry up. Okay. So they're probably going to set up a Tailwind themselves, so I feel like I do need to match it regardless. Do I just swap out? I feel like I just swap out. I could just still damage the Drift Bloom. I think I will. Okay, maybe I won't. What even is this? Well, I got my Tailwind. I'm gonna swap out the fish now. I think Heat Wave. Swap to Groudon. Give me a bit of a boost. Might as well take it. I'm guessing I'm probably gonna miss the Drift Bloom. Really? What? How does that work? Yeah, okay. This Drift Bloom's a bit annoying. So I'm just gonna Heat Wave. I think just set up a Swords Dance. Does it have Baton Pass or something? Why is it setting up so many minimizers? Oh, it has stored power, doesn't it? Uh-oh. That's fine-ish. That's still fine-ish. Are you just trying to stall out the sun or something? I don't know what's happening. But I have a free Swords Dance now. Thank you. I do appreciate. I'm gonna do it again. Because why not? Like, what do you actually do to me? I've already figured out a way around your follow me. And it double connects. I have even more damage now. And you're now +6 evasion, which doesn't seem to affect Heat Wave for some reason. Oh, you're stalling out my Tailwind. Okay, I'll do it again. And I think punch the Driftbloom. Oh, you do get Baton Pass. Does Fire Punch connect? Maybe I should have Terra'd. Into Terapagos. Oh, that's a disgusting strategy. Got my Tailwind at least. Fire Punch misses, of course it does. Huh. Yeah, I didn't have a stat raise this turn, so good attempt. Reshiram's faster, so Critical Meteor wouldn't really be of much use here. Do I still have Sun? For one more turn. They're probably just gonna Tera, so I'll just Precipice Blades. Hope for the best, even though that's even lower accuracy than Heat Wave. Yeah, that's fine. Misses Terapagos, so of course it does. Goodbye, NDD. If this does connect, it's going to be a lot of damage. I'm +4. Even with the Tera Shell. Yeah, okay. Oh. It's certainly an interesting team, but like you haven't really done anything to me yet. I'm just curious as to when. Back in a Driftbloom, that's cool. Sacking probably. You don't have Unburden anymore. I still have Tailwind. I should, I think, still be faster than Terapagos, even with that Rock Polish. Because you're like base 80 or 85. I apparently don't have a whole lot of speed investment on Groudon, but I do know I have some speed investment. I'm pretty sure I'm just max speed, max attack, Adamant. I'll have to double check that. Heat Wave double connects, nice. That's still a lot of damage on Terapagos. Precipice Blade still misses, of course it does. Well, that was rude. And Calyrex. I think this is my last turn of Tailwind too. Probably a double protect. Assuming they have it. Is it worth swapping out? Like, I do have close combat here, but I'm just gonna keep going for double spread moves. You do have protect there, probably protect on the Terapagos. No? Okay. Gives me a chance to try to take it out then, at least. Not that I'm gonna be able to get that opportunity. Okay, here we go. I'll take it. I think I win now. Don't get me wrong, I really hate minimize double team strategies, but eventually the move will hit. You have to take out my Pokemon before it eventually does. If you don't do that, then you're just sitting there like... Now I just Heat Wave. Fire Punch for fun. Probably should have set up a Tailwind. But that's damage. I will take it. I will send in Meganium just to say I have a Meganium. Attempt a Tailwind. And knockoff. Do I survive in a +1 Astral Barrage? I doubt it. I do. Okay, cool. Meganium just took out a Calyrex. Fantastic. Best Gen 2 starter. Yes. Can't complain. Focus Sash. Okay. GG. Meganium the GOAT. You know, I'm still in Pokeball tier, but you know, that team actually, weirdly enough, isn't that bad. I don't know why it actually did so well. I don't hate this team. Also, I had the idea of coming up with this kind of a video, just coming up with a bunch of random Pokemon to see if I can make a team out of it, because for me, I can make a competitive set out of any one Pokemon, but trying to find synergy between random Pokemon like this is not something I'm very good at, so I just kind of wanted to see if I was able to actually come up with something that was actually able to hold its own anywhere at all on the ladder. Because you never know what you're going to face. You might be facing a minimized Baton Pass set for a Terapagos, which is something that I actually thought was going to be absolutely doomed against, but actually was able to take out. Again, eventually the moves will land. Or you might come across something that's actually legitimately a hyper offensive team that can just sweep your entire set. So you never know. So the fact that I was able to at least still come out with 3 wins, that's actually weirdly impressive to me. Anyways, I had a lot of fun with this team. If you guys want to check it out for yourselves, there's the rental ID there on the screen. And if you want to catch some more of these, feel free to hit the like button or the dislike button. I promise that doesn't hurt my feelings. You can also hit the subscribe, get notified for more of these, because I'm probably going to do some more of these. These are a lot of fun. But until then, take care.